Thank you, Wolfgang Van Halen. So cool to be finally speaking with you. The question was, how do you make the world cry? Wolfgang said, "Hold my beer and then release distance." And man, what's it been like getting the response from everybody about this song?
It's been really crazy. I knew some people would check it out, but I didn't think to this magnitude, and I didn't think it would resonate with this many people. It's crazy, crazy.
You know, you and I share something. Our dads were both born on January 26th.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my dad was 10 years older than your dad, and I remember telling him I was a kid, and I was like, "Dad, you're born on the same day as Eddie Van Halen," and he was like, "What does that even mean?" He didn't quite get it, but I was always a little bit jealous that he had the same birthday. Anyway, the video, it goes from when you were born and it goes all the way up until the end. It's kind of a chronological thing. When you were looking back at it, was it? I imagine it's difficult, but was it stuff you had seen a lot of, or was some of it stuff you had never seen?
No, most of it was stuff I hadn't seen. My mom, my uncle Patrick, and I all went through tapes that we had and got them digitized and basically went through and found clips that we really liked and then sent them off to my editor Chuck, who put them together so wonderfully. Um, yeah, they were all. It was a therapeutic process for me.
Yeah, to say the least, man. The just brilliant, and the song itself. I mean, you just listen to the song, and it grabs you right away. You know, you add that into it, it's a whole different thing. We've been playing the song and getting good response from it,
Thank you.
and that seems to be everywhere. I mean, the song is resonating alone without the video. And I know you wrote it before your dad had passed, but. Um, and couldn't see how far into the future that he'd be gone, but the lyrics seem like you wrote it just right that day.
Yeah,
um
kind of.
it,
It shocked me when I listened to it over again after everything had happened, and it's like, wow, it felt like I predicted the future. It,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I understand that this is not going to, and I do know that this is not representative of what Mammoth WVH is going to sound like, but this is also not going to be on the upcoming album, right?
no, it's I just wanted to get this out as a single, as a tribute to Dad, and have all the proceeds go to Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation. Just kind of like a gift and remembrance for him. But yeah, distance. You can. I'm sure you'll hear shades of distance on the album, but it's not representative as a whole of the sound, I think.
Right. There was another one that we got to hear briefly. That one was called "You're to Blame," right?
Hmm.
And that's a little bit of a more rockin' kind of track. And the one thing that's noticeable is the guitar solo is not really, I guess, a guitar solo. I would imagine by design, it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. When you come to guitar solos, is that kind of your line of thinking?
Yeah, I only ever put a. There's not a guitar solo in every song. I think if I think about it, there's probably a guitar solo on maybe half, or in terms of the album. For me, it's just if it fits in the song. Always play for the song. Like it's never just like a show off type of thing. It's always like if it fits the song, then throw it in there. But if not, just let the song breathe with that one.
Not a bad thing to do. And I know that you started on drums and you consider yourself a drummer first, right?
Mhm.
But we haven't seen you play drums live. You did bass with Tremonti, you did bass in Van Halen, and you're going to be fronting this project on guitar, right?
Yeah.
So when do we see you play drums live?
I don't know, man. I would love to figure out something where I can play drums live. Maybe in a Mammoth set, I can play for a second. I don't know, but overall, I'd love to just pressure off and just sit on the kit and play in
Is
a band.
do you do that more? Do you find yourself more behind the kit?
Yeah, I'm definitely more comfortable. Moving forward, this is going to be the most uncomfortable I'll ever be, being in the front and playing guitar and singing. It's like all of it at once.
Well, I saw one show in the books, I guess, or penciled in for next year, and that's the Aftershock. Is
Mhm.
that what it is? And I saw you. I forgot who it was that said that your stage debut, and you're like, yeah, I've never been on stage
Never
before
played before. Pretty crazy, huh?
on Twitter. But it's a long ways off, and we don't know exactly when things are really going to be picking up.
Yeah, knock on wood.
But do you see a full tour? Is that what you're looking to do?
Oh, eventually, absolutely. Once it's safe and we know we can, absolutely.
Yeah, it would be really cool to see all this stuff live. I know that you did uh, almost close to 30 songs, I guess, that you had done, and how many are going to land on the album?
It'll be normal album length because I didn't finish all of them. Kind of finished what was there for the album, and then, but I'm sure a lot of those ideas that were kind of left half finished will probably be on the next album for sure.
Yeah, do you think any of those would make it live?
It
Wasn't
would be fun
unusual
to
for
kind
your
of
dad to do that stuff.
once people kind of get used to what's on the first album, might be fun to sneak in a newer one at some
Yeah.
point, show people.
And do you see it more of a headlining or supporting act? What are you looking at here?
I just want to get out there. Probably maybe supporting at first, uh, but I don't know, just in any capacity. I haven't really thought too much about it.
One, and I know you're not going to be playing Van Halen tunes here. And one of the things that I guess it was earlier this year or maybe late last year, David Lee Roth started taking, his show out on the road and doing all the Van Halen stuff. And he kind of made the comment that he was going to be the face of Van Halen going forward. I don't know if you're familiar with that. And um, I'm wondering what your take on that is because, clearly you're not going to be doing the music. He is. Do you sort of stand by that statement that he made?
I guess to a certain extent, I guess he has all the right in the world to play the Van Halen songs he was a part of. So I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah,
I
because
think overall there's such a wider breadth of what the Van Halen catalog is than just him. So it might be a little weird to say he's the face of it. Uh,
I suppose what he means is just like he's going to be the guy that you see out front doing them while you are probably more behind the scenes taking care of the business end of things, maybe.
yeah,
Uh,
I guess.
yeah, something like that. I mean, as long as the Van Halen tunes are out there and they're,
And
somebody.
I know Sam does some with the circle and stuff.
Right. Exactly. That's why I thought it was interesting that Dave said he was going to be, but Dave. So, one of the things I feel like I saw the end of Van Halen because I saw the Phoenix show and then there was only San Diego and two LA shows after that. One of the things I got to do was see the sound check, and I was amazed at the fact. Well, number one, I didn't know until then that Dave didn't even
Oh,
participate
no,
in the
you
sound
never
check,
do sound checks.
which made you guys even tighter as a unit because when he would do his thing, you guys were just. It was like you three were focused on what you guys were doing. Did you even have him in your in ears?
Yeah, a little bit, just so you could, if he was yelling at me or something, I could understand him.
Yeah, it was amazing how tight you guys were. Just and that show, I got to be front row in front of your dad.
That's
That
awesome.
show, which was another awesome thing. Um, I got some questions from fans because we had been talking back and forth on the fan page that we've seen all the interviews and we've seen everything you've been talking about as far as this new stuff. So I said, well, what do you as fans want to hear or want me to ask that he hasn't quite answered? First of all, everybody says they wanted to pass on their best and their condolences to you. Pre-orders on CDs. Somebody asked me about that. When will that happen?
If you focus on my socials and stuff, you will be the first to know. So
Okay.
if you're curious about that, just follow me there at Wolf Van Halen or at the Mammoth WVH stuff everywhere. It's all the same. It's Wolf Van Halen and Mammoth WVH on all the socials.
Will there be sort of different packages, maybe like an autographed one or a fan pack with a
Oh, I'm
shirt
sure.
or a kicker?
I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff coming. Somebody asked if you striped your own bass or if you had that made.
Oh no, we had it made. Chip Ellis, the guy who built all my dad's stuff, did that for me. He did an amazing job.
And did you use Frankenstein on any of the recordings?
Yes, I did. A lot
Okay,
of people don't know that. They'll see when uh, when the album comes out. But there's a song called Mammoth that I
okay.
played it on, and there's a song called Feel that I played it on too.
All right, awesome. So
Yeah.
we'll look forward to hearing that. Speaking about Mammoth, and I know that that was the original name of the band, and you could easily have gone with, using your name, but have rightfully, well, I don't want to say rightfully, but you have
Mhm.
respectfully not use the name Van Halen. It could also get a little confusing out there if you start using that, but the one thing that I thought was interesting was that you were a little hesitant to ask your dad if you could use the name. Why was that?
Just because I'm a anxious basket case, and everything freaks me out. So I just wanted to, because I love the name is so important to me that it's like if he was like no, which he would never do that because that's not his style. But uh, I I definitely just wanted his permission more than anything, even though I could have just done it myself anyways.
Yeah,
But
I mean, obviously, as fans, that name carries a lot of weight, and it's awesome. I was like brilliant. It was brilliant when I heard that, and I think a lot of fans feel the same way. Another question from a fan: the EVH line, the guitars, the effects, and stuff like that. Moving forward, is that going to be under you,
yeah, me
overseeing all that?
and Matt Bruck, we're going to be managing the EVH brand. 50-50. And just like my dad left so many ideas in the vault, he left so many ideas moving forward for the brand. So pay attention to it. There's a
Oh,
lot.
awesome. That's so cool. Speaking of the vault, and I know you've touched on this, and I know it's a long, long way off. One of the things that's synonymous when people bring up Eddie Van Halen is they bring up Jimi Hendrix and vice versa. Jimi Hendrix still releasing things to this day.
Mhm.
In fact, 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago, just released a live album. And I know it's going to be years off before you go in, but do you see 50 years from now things being released, or is this something you're going to go in the vault, pull out a bunch of stuff, and one and done kind of thing?
It'll whatever it may end up being, it'll be to serve the project and to be proper. It'll never be this type of milking the thing. I think you see a lot of times when an important artist passes, there's immediate stuff out there to capitalize on it. And I don't think that's right. I think we need to take a lot of proper time and care to put in just to digitize it within itself and to protect it. But moving forward, figuring out if we want to release something or not. That's why I thought the best thing would be a tribute to Dad with distance and have all the proceeds go to his favorite charity and stuff, just to really bring light to that instead of trying to take advantage of it in a way.
Thank you, Wolfgang. So excited for you. Definitely going to follow you, and much success to you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure, man.
All right, take care.
Have a good one.